Jai Hind. My name is Vikas, Assistant Professor and Department of Computer Science and Engineering is there. The topic that today I am going to discuss is the frequent item set in the data analytics is there. This is one of the very important topic in the data analytics is there, where we have the identify whether the or you can say we analyze there whether the given elements whatever the elements that you or you can say items that you purchase with that purchase of the elements, what are the different elements that can be purchased are there at frequently rates are there. So, they basically what we do in this, we have to find the confidence are there, we have to find the at what rate those items are being purchased here in this case. So, this is the content, what is the frequent item sets are there, and we use the a priori algorithms in order to identify whether or you can say we that helps the users or that helps the company in order to check how what are the elements that are being purchased together are there. So, frequency means that any element, any things that can happens or occurring at a regular interval of times are there, and set of items that are together that they are being called item sets are there. So, let's suppose there are the k items are there. So, we call that the k item sets are there. So, item set consists of two or more items, and item sets that occurs frequently are called frequent item sets are there. So, frequent is different thing, item set is a different thing. When combine it, that we say this item set consists of two or more. So, threshold is there that there must be two or more items are being purchased together, or you can say they are the club together, then that item sets occur frequently is called frequent item sets are there. So, a set of items are called frequent if it satisfy the minimum threshold values for support and the confidence are there. Support means it shows a transaction with an item purchased together in a single transactions are there. Confidence shows the transactions where the items are purchased one after the others are there. It means, let's suppose support says if you purchase an X items, okay. So, along with that X item, you have also purchased a Y items are there. That is support is there. Now, confidence is there that frequently how many times these two items are being purchased here, whether it is 2 times, whether it is 3 times, whether it is 5 times or 6 times are there. So in order to identify the how many frequent item sets are being there, so we have to check whether the support is being there, whether the confidence is there. We can say that items are being purchased together. For that, we will be using a priori algorithm in order to identify the frequent item sets are there, and on the basis of those frequent item sets, we will be creating the clustering cells are there. So, thus frequent item sets mining in the data mining techniques to identify the items that are often occurs often together are there. For examples, we have the bread and butters are there, which are frequently purchased together. We have the laptop and antivirus softwares are there, which are being purchased together frequently are there. So, frequent patterns are the patterns that appears in data set frequently is there. So, as it is already give the example, set of items such as your milk and breads are being purchased together are there. In these patterns, we have the subsequence and the substructure structures are there. Subsequence means such as buying any first PC is there. So, then you purchase the digital cameras with that. We also purchase the memory card with that. If it is occur frequently in shopping history database, then we say frequent sequential patterns are there, subsequences are there. So, substructure means can be referred to different structure forms such as a sub graphs are there, sub trees are there, sublattices that are combined with the item set or a subsequence are there. So, if a substructure occurs frequently, it is called structured patterns are there, or you can say frequent structure patterns are there. Finding such frequent patterns plays an essential roles in mining association with the correlations may the interesting to find the relationships among the data are there. So where generally this is being used there, one of the main known or that analysis is there, that is basket data analysis there, or you can market basket analysis is there. We have the cross marketing is there, catalog design is there, we can use. For the sale campaign analysis, we can apply this algorithms are there. We can also use the weblog, the click stream analysis are there, DNA sequence analysis are there. So frequent item set minus leads to the discovery of associations, or you can say correlations among its items in the large transactions are there, or the relations data sets are there, which helps in many business decision making process or customer shopping behavior analysis are there. So generally what we do, we analyze the items, whether those items are being purchased together. So what we do in the market or a shop or supermarket is there, we place those elements side by side. So the customer pick the one elements, items, then they automatically purchase that another items are there. So we will discussing mining we take the examples of mining basket analysis, in which we analyze what is the behavior or the habits of the customers are there, and what are their association between the different items which are being placed in the shopping baskets are there, which basically helps the retailers to develop the marketing strategies are there. Generally, if you say in a grocery shop, or you can say where the different items are being kept along with the different items which are being purchased together. So, this is the examples where which items are being frequently purchased together by customers are there. So, we have the shopping baskets are there, where milk, bread, cereals are there. Customer will purchase this. In customer to purchase milk, bread, sugar, eggs are there, and customer so on are there. So, we have to analyze which items are being frequently purchased together by my customers are there. So, market basket analysis say we consider universe as a set of items available in the stores are there. Each items have the Boolean values are being present, right? 1 is present, 0 is not present there, and each basket is present by the Boolean vectors are there. They can be represented in the form of association rules are there. Association rules are basically rules are interesting if they satisfy both minimum support and the minimum confidence are there. Let's suppose computers, when we purchase a computer, we purchase the antivirus are there. So let's suppose support is 2 and confidence 50% are there. Okay, the support 2% for the association means that 2% of all transactions under the analysis shows the computer and antivirus softwares are purchased are being together are there. And confidence of here, this is not 60, this is a 50 is there. Here 50 means that 50% of the customers who purchase the computer also brought the softwares are there. So typically these association rules are being considered, and if they satisfy the your minimum support, that minimum support and the minimum confidence, then threshold values are there. Then in such threshold value can be set by the users or domain experts are there. Then we can say that these items are frequently purchased together. So let's take examples. So basic concept is that these are transaction IDs. These are the items that are being purchased together are there. So we create a clusters are there. These are the customers buy both. Here this is the items where the customers are being purchased both are there. These are the customers single items are being purchased. Here this is the single items are being purchased here in this case. So let's suppose item sets are K is there. Find the rules. K implies Y is there. If you purchase X, you also purchase Y is there with the minimum support and the confidence. Support say a probability that that a transaction contain X union Y is there. Confidence means conditional probability that transactions having X also contain the Y here. So here, let's suppose minimum support is 50%, confidence is 50% is there. The frequent pattern is A3, B3, D4, E3, AD is 3. So here A is how many times are being purchased? 3 times. B how many times of 2 and 3? 3 times are purchasing, D is 4 times is there, E is 3 times. Then we have the combinations. Let's suppose A and D, how many times? 1, 2, 2 times are being purchased, 3 times are being purchased here in this case, and so on. Okay, so this will identify whether the given, if we say A, we purchase A items, then we also purchase the D items are there, then their support and confidence value, let's suppose 60%, 100% are there. D purchase, if we purchase D, then A is there, let's suppose 60 and 75% are there. So how we are going to identify those things? Let's take examples. Let's take an algorithm. How we do it? Before going to it, so association rules. An implication expressed from in the form of X implies Y, where X and Y are the item sets, and their X intersections should not be null is there. So we purchase milk and diapers, then we also purchase a banana is there. So another association rule of mining is to find all the strong association rules, and association rules are strong if support must be greater than equal to the minimum support is there, confidence is greater than equal to the minimum confidence are there. So they will help you in order to identify the support and confidence. For the identifying the support, there also P X union Y is there, then transition contain X union and transition contain D is there in this. And for the confidence X and Y, transition contain X union Y is there, and transition contain the X here in this case. So by using these association rules, we have to identify the confidence and the support are there. In order to determine whether the given items are being purchased together or not. Now the question is how we are going to do it. For that, there is an algorithm, the a priori algorithm is there. This is basically widely used in data mining in order to identifying the frequent items in the given data sets are there. By using those generated association rules are there. So it's often applied in your market basket analysis in order to find the patterns of the, or you can say customer purchasing behavior is there. So algorithm works on the principle that all known empty subsets of the frequent iterations must be frequent, and which is known as a priori property is there. So key concepts there: support, confidence, and frequent iterations. Support means frequency of occurrence of items in the data sets, as is usually represented by the percent of transaction containing the items. Confidence means measure the likelihood of one of the items being brought if another item is also being purchased there. So frequent items, so by combining the support and confidence, we say item sets that meet the minimum support threshold, we can say frequent item sets are there. Steps that is being needed in order to identify the frequent items. So what first is generate a candidate item set. Start with the single items. Find all the possible single items are there. Single items are combinations that meet this minimum support threshold, and these are initially frequent item sets are there. Then initially we single items are being look into it. After then we go for the combination of those items are there. So using frequent item sets from the previous step, generate a large item sets by combining them into another frequent item sets are there. For example, if A, B and AC are frequent item sets, then A, B, C can be generated if the item sets support the threshold values are there. If those item sets are not supporting, let's suppose any combinations is below the threshold values, then those values are being pruned are there. So it means we are not selecting those items as an frequent item sets are there. So we have to repeat these steps until there is no more values, or you can say no frequent items can be created, and which support the threshold values are there. And for that we generate an association rules. After finding all the frequent items, we generate an association rule by calculating the confidence for each possible rules, and one rules that need to minimum confidence threshold are to be kept there. If that frequent items threshold values met, then we say that frequent items are there. If not, then we say that is not part of the frequent items. So we discard those. Let's take examples. So using these examples, we can able to identify how the frequent items are being created here. Let's suppose this is the transition. We have the T1, T2, T3 and T5s are there. And these are the items being purchased for the transition. T1 milk, bread, butters, T2 milk, bread, T3 bread, butter, jams, milk, bread, jams, milk, bread, butters and jams are there. They are being so let's suppose these are the transitions. Well, these are 5 customers are there. They purchase these items are there. Now we have to identify what are the frequently those items are being purchased in the combinations are there. When if let's suppose X is being purchased, let's suppose milk is being purchased. So with milk, how many times breads are being purchased? How many times are butters are being purchased? How many times are the your jams are being purchased are there? So first thing is we have to generate a item set of size 1 is there, and we say we have the 50% minimum support threshold value is there. So it means the item set must appear at least 3 transactions are there. It means let's suppose milk is there. So this milk has to be present in the 3 items, 3 times are there, at least 3 times. Okay. So we calculate the values individually. Milk we say 4 times are being purchased out of 5. See here 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 times out of 5 transactions that is being purchased. So is support value is considered 80% are there. Breads 5 in 5 all the 5 transactions 5 times are purchased, so we have 100%. Butter 3 times being purchased with 60%. Jams are also being purchased 3 times out of 5, then we say 60%. So they supporting the what minimum the threshold values are there. So all the items support the threshold, we can say they are the frequent items that are means they are being frequently there. Now we identify with respect to single items are there. Now we have to check in the combinations whether the that support the minimum threshold values are there. So in the second size, we generate an item set of size 2 is there. Now we combine milk and bread. How many times are being purchased? 4 times out of 5, say 80% is there. Let's say milk and butter is there 2 times, 40% is not. So it say it is not a frequent because it is we have defined the threshold value 50%, and it milk and butters giving the values is 40% is there. So we can say this is not frequently. So we discard this combinations are there. Milk and jam 2 out of 5, 40%, we discard is there. Bread and butters 3 times out of 5, 60%, so we'll accept. Bread and jam 3 out of 5, 60%, greater than 50, we accept is there. Accept the butter jam. So 2 out of 5 times, again 40%, so we discard it. So frequent item sets after combining the 2 item sets are milk and bread, bread and butters, and bread and jams. Okay, this is the second step. Now the first step, again we have to combine these milk, bread, butters, bread jams are there in order to find the where the item set sizes 3 is there. Let's suppose we have the 3 item set size 3 is there. Milk, bread, butter is there combinations. We have to check whether the that are being present there. So 2 out of 5 times those are being purchased, 40%, not frequent. We discard it. We say another combinations milk, bread, jam 2 out of 5, 40% not frequent, so we discard. Bread, butter, jam 2 out of 5, 40% not discarded. Since no item sets of the size 3 met the support threshold value is there, so we stop here in this case. We will not further go ahead. Now we have to step 4 is generate an association rules are there. We have to create an association rule for the frequent item sets. If we purchase a milk, then we purchase a bread is there where the confidence is there. The support milk and bread. Support milk is 80% here in this case. X union Y divided by the X is there. So here milk and bread are being purchased. So and we divide with respect to if we purchase the milk, bread is there, the confidence level is 80% is there. 80 by 80, then that is 100%. If we purchase bread and butters, now we have to identify the confidence. For the support, bread and butters divided by the bread. With respect to bread, we are checking that we say it comes out to the 60% here in this case. If we say bread and jam, if we purchase bread along with, then we purchase jam is there. Now we have to identify the confidence. For that confidence support, bread and jam divided by the bread is there. For the bread, jam is there, 60% divided by the 100% is there. So, how do we get the values? 80, 60 and 60 is there in the previous values. From here, we get those values are there. Here 80, 60 and 60 is there. Okay. So, only association that meets the minimum confidence threshold value has to be selected is there. So, we threshold value is 50%. And they are coming out the greater than the your 50% are, so they will be considered here in this case. So, milk is 80%, bread 100%. When we say single items are being purchased. When we say combining these two, we have the 80%, bread and butters 60%, butters and jam 60% are there. But we say combine the milk with the butter 40%. So, discard it. Milk with jam 40%, we discard it. Now, the combination bread and butter 60%, we say okay here in this case. We can also bread and jam can also be there. We can calculate. Here this example is not being there, so we can calculate. So, here when we say bread and jam, 60% is there, already in there. So, we purchase is there. Okay. So, butter and jam, bread and jam is there 60%, but with respect to butter and jam 40%, we will discard here in this case. When they combining this milk, bread with the butters, we have the 40%. We will discarding here in this case. Here, milk jam with the butter jam. So, milk, bread and jam, we calculate the values here in this case, 40% discard. Bread, butter, jam, 40%, we discard here. In this way, we will create a clusters, or we can say a tree is there, which will identify that using those a priori, that algorithms which help us in order to identify the frequent item sets are there. We can combine different elements. So, a priori algorithm says first thing is we have to create and identify the single items that are being identified or that they are being purchased frequently is there. We have to find their confidence level is there. Initially, we say 50% confidence level. Find the values which are being greater than 50%, we take it, less than 50%, we discard here in this case. In the second case, we use the combinations of these. Confidence level greater than 50% will be kept. Okay. Confidence level less than 50%, we discard them. Here, we discarded them. In the next steps, we say we have to check combination of 3 item sets are they taken. If the minimum threshold value is achieved or not. If it is being achieved, we kept is there. If it is not being achieved, as in this case, all the 3 item sets, they do not have the minimum confidence values are there. So, we will discard here in this case. So, that after then we perform the association rules are there, which will define the confidence levels, then we create a clusters are there. Okay. So, thank you. This is the a priori algorithms are there. In this generally, this type of questions are also being comes in the university exams, where the this kind of tables are being given to you. Now you have to identify the frequent item sets are there. In examples, in questions, the minimum threshold values will be given to you, or the minimum support value is being given to you, or you can assume it as a 50% is there, and on the basis of that you calculate as well. So depending on the questions they have to do, but the steps must be known. First is whatever the you do, you have to take the candidate size atom as 1, then size 2, then size 3 is there. If not any of the all the 3 are being discarded, then we will not go ahead. If we any of the, let's in this examples, any of the confidence value is achieve more than 50%, let's suppose milk, bread, jams are being achieved, then again in the next step we take the atom size of 4 is there. As in this case, minimum threshold value is less than 40%, so we will stop here. Now we go for the generator association rules are there. So by using this association rules means if we purchase an X item, then we also purchase the Y items are there. So find the confidence values are there. So for that, this is the formula where so in order to find X union Y, where X is there. So we find the values for this milk, bread, bread butters, bread jams are there. Okay, so this after identifying the, we can find the minimum confidence and support values are there. Then we create this clustering diagrams, which better helps the understand which items are being frequent and which are not are there. Thank you.